Matt Riddle shoots on CM Punk. Plus, we have an update on a WWE star's injury status. And we've got some details on some X-rated scrapped WWE plans. It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling News right now. Matt Riddle does not mince his words when it comes to people what he doesn't like. We saw him and Goldberg have a hilarious incident just some years ago. He's not keen on CM Punk either, by the looks of it.
He's been quite cryptic here, Tom, in an interview with Going Ringside. This is what Riddle had to say. He says, the guy sucks at fighting and he's a bitch to work with in the back. He just belly aches and complains. I've heard from my boys that still work there in the WWE that he is a headache and that isn't a storyline. This is the fact. So what could he mean?
Reading between the lines on that. I don't think he likes CM Punk that much.
I don't think he does.
No, very, very strong words about him. Riddle also shared an awkward backstage interaction that he had with John Cena as well, which is very Matt Riddle.
Yeah, he says, I accidentally said I thought he would be bigger. He kind of gave me the verbal lashing back and forth. He gave me crap for being the king of bros. I tried to get me to explain what that was, and no answer was good enough for John Cena, which is fair enough if you're John, because John is massive.
Yeah,
I reckon John looks just as big in person, if not bigger, than he does on TV.
I just like the idea that Riddle has just gone, hey, I thought you'd be bigger, and immediately like Cena's on the back foot with him. Like there's nothing that Riddle could now say or do.
What about the context, Tom? What if they're in the showers and he said this? What if he's not talking about muscles? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I just went to that GTV segment from 1999 and they call you the Big Show. Hey, so Cena's got a tiny pecker. Can we make that the thumbnail? Cena has a tiny pecker. Breaking.
I don't know why I say things sometimes.
I'm glad you say things sometimes. Yeah, Riddle's always been very divisive with opinions on certain people. We can add CM Punk to that list of people that Riddle probably won't invite for a Christmas do.
It's a shame we probably won't get a payoff to like the Goldberg instance. Like we won't get a payoff with CM Punk because you would assume that Riddle's never going to go back to the WWE. You would assume that way.
We got a payoff. It was that wonderfully awkward backstage interaction where Goldberg kind of like passive aggressively called him out on it, and Riddle kind of passive aggressively. It was just oh my god.
But I mean, between Riddle and Punk, I assume we wouldn't get that payoff.
Oh no, sadly we got it with Goldberg. I mean, I'd love a little bit of a passive aggressive WWE backstage, but like you say, Riddle, I don't think it's going back to WWE.
Not anytime soon.
That ship has sailed. Zoe Stark flavoured update. It was a few weeks ago on Raw that she got injured during that Triple Threat Money in the Bank qualifier. Landed really badly off a springboard drop kick. Consequently, was taken to the back, and there were some question marks over how bad this injury was. She has shared an update online.
Yeah, it's a video where she shows surgery on her ACL, MCL, and meniscus, which took 3.5 hours. It was only meant to take 2, but the video ends with teasing a further update on June the 16th.
And this is the thing; it kind of confirms what a lot of people were concerned about. In around 2021, she suffered a very similar injury around the ACL, MCL, meniscus area that took her out for a year, and it seems as if it's a re-aggravation of that same injury, if not a bit worse.
Yeah.
Which is gutting for her. ACL, MCL, meniscus all at the same time is never a good combination. Obviously, we wish her a full and speedy recovery. She's planning some. I think we're going to get probably a longer video, sort of documenting her surgery and the beginning of her rehab on her socials, because I think this is the thing as well. When you're away, especially in the nature of wrestling at the moment, is even when you're rehabbing, there's still this desire to stay relevant in people's eyes. You don't want to disappear for too long. So I think we're going to see lots of videos from Zoe Stark kind of on the journey back. I think building up that support for her to get back in the ring.
Yeah, it's just rotten luck, isn't it? The same injury at the same place.
Just rotten luck and rotten time. Full and speedy recovery to Zoe Stark. Thank you, and please. TNA presented Against All Odds, their second most popular Phil Collins and Genesis themed pay-per-view. And on it, we saw the return of the Inspiration, the former Iconics. Nice to see them back. Did you go to journalism for that? Fightful Select give details on when and why this deal came about.
Yeah, Fightful is saying a TNA source indicated that regime changes likely led to their return, but we're told that's not the case. It was clarified to us they had a good relationships and on a personal and professional level with the previous management, with Gail Kim being named as one of those in particular. We're told by those close to the situation that they took time away to build their families, which is fair enough, you know, Tom. Build your your families like a house of
out of Lego
humans. At the point where they could make a return to TNA, the deal was done at least a week ahead of their return, as TNA had teased it internally.
Fightful says the deal is only a short-term one. Jesse McKay and Cassie Lee signing for less than a year. So they're there for a good time, but not a long time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is something that maybe tests the waters for maybe them to go and do stuff in WWE again.
Yeah, and it makes you think about Mariah May. Mariah May had the perfect year and a half, 2-year arc. She got out of there. She's gone for Pastures New. They could have another. I don't know. It's not like the first year in TNA, but they could have another year-long arc. Head off for Pastures New if they want to continue in the wrestling. I'll go back and build more family people.
Build more family people. Make the families even bigger. WWE have their eyes on one particular TNA star after last week. Mike Santana became a talking point behind the scenes after his TNA title match with Trick Williams on NXT just t'other week. I'm just to put that out there, that is such a weird sentence to say in the year of our Lord 2025. And I love the fact that we say it. Yes, so when Mike Santana challenged for the TNA title on NXT, it feels like some sort of weird E-Fed that I would have built in 2004. And I love that this is a thing that's happening. PW Insider reporting that WWE internally has shown a lot of interest in Santana following his appearance, and Santana is signed to TNA through to the end of the year, could potentially be a free agent at the start of 2026.
I mean, I can see why they're very interested, because in his NXT promos, as the figurehead of TNA, in NXT, they've been very real feeling. He's got that thing. I'm not going to say it's like on the level of an Eddie Kingston, but it's that sort of vibe of just like, it feels real. It doesn't feel like a rehearsed promo every single time. He's a very quiver from the Bronx there, Tom. That
was funny, because when we spoke about it on the news and we said, oh, it's a very Eddie Kingston-like promo. And I had a few people messaging me going, no, he's just from New York. It's just how we talk.
That doesn't mean that Kavorka of like feeling real. You know, Samoa Joe's got it, Eddie Kingston's got it, other people have it.
Yes.
CM Punk's got it, probably.
He's got it. Don't tell Riddle that. He'll be livid. I want to end on this. So, Sheamus was on the Pat McAfee show, and he recently referenced something that did the rounds a few years ago, that there was plans for he and Drew McIntyre to be a team called the Banger Brothers. This was stopped when WWE executives learned that there was an adult site called the Bang Brothers, which was eerily similar to what they were looking to do.
I've got no idea what this means, Tom.
Nah, me neither. However, this revelation didn't immediately stop conversations. If anything, it sped them up. Give us the Fightful report for what there was pitched for Sheamus and Drew.
So, Fightful report, there were pitches for Drew himself for light-hearted skits that included the two, that's him and Sheamus, poking fun at the Prawn series. The Prawn series. We don't want YouTube's boss to come after us. The Prawn series. There was one that McIntyre pitched himself where Sheamus and Drew picked up the Alpha Academy, who were having car issues. When they were all in the van, like the Bang Bus. Now, Tom, could you explain to us all what the Bang Bus is?
No, I can't.
That's fair enough. A disagreement would ensue inside the Bang Bus. A fight would break out, and all of Alpha Academy, except Maxine Dupree, would be kicked out. The name was immediately nixed after the pitch, and references were made against certain things. Everyone but Maxine gets kicked out the bus. What happens to Maxine inside the bus?
I wouldn't know, because I don't know what the Bang Bus is. No idea what the Bang Bus is. And nor should you.
What happens to her inside the bus?
Nor should they play canasta. Nor should you.
That is not a real. I can't accept that as a real thing. Surely. They've gone, that's a great idea, until someone's gone, wait, we better hold off now.
But then someone's gone, hear me out.
Irrespective of the Prawn series, irrespective of all of that, they can't have thought that was a good idea anyway.
No, it's one of many ideas that I heard from my sources that they were pitched as well when that one fell through. Sheamus and Drew McIntyre apparently were going to run a little fishing outpost called Prawn Hub. And there was one apparently where one of their pets was going to be instilled with mutant powers, and he was going to be called X-Hamster. So that sounds really good.
X-Hamster?
Yeah.
Sounds like an evil hamster.
It does, doesn't it? And it doesn't sound like anything else. You got to hold and give, but at what time?
4 p.m. BST on the Hold and Give YouTube channel, which is here on YouTube, not on Prawn Hub.
I mean, someone might upload it there. You never know.
I do make noises that would be quite akin to Prawn Hub. If I'm trying to save a goal going in, I'm like, oh, sir, steady on there.
For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Stop it. Love you. Bye.